to C-10 channel. My name is Blake Robinson, and a lot of y'all have probably heard about me, and most of you probably haven't. But anyway, we're going to take care of this real quick. And after we discuss this time, I pretty much don't want to be getting a bunch of emails, a lot of questions, and everything pertaining to the accident that I had back in 2009. This channel isn't about that. This channel is about us putting together a 67 C-10 pickup that's going to allow me to return to a form of racing in which we plan on doing drag and drive events. So, first off, we will not have the comment section on our videos activated because after my accident, there were so many internet people that want to speculate and assume that they know what happened and transpired in the shop when there were only 3 people in the shop when the accident happened. And we are the only 3 that know what actually did happen. Second thing, I still have no clue why the bottle failed. DOT took the bottle after I was in ICU and was woke up 3 to 4 days later. They requested to take the bottle. I told them, yes, you can. And we did have a verbal agreement where once they found and concluded the investigation, I'd get the bottle back. And as of to date, we were never told anything has been concluded, nor was the case ever closed. The only thing I can tell you is there were over 1,100 microfractures in the inside of the bottle. And they said over 300 of them you can see with the naked eye. We don't know why. We don't know all the history of the bottle. We don't know anything. The bottle came in a car I bought. It was turnkey. We took it out, put our motor in it. That bottle sat in my shop for 11 months. And then that day it let go. We don't know why. We're not going to speculate. We're not going to assume. It's a freak accident, and that's where we're going to leave it at. So keep your comments to yourself because I really don't care. Number 3, I do have a foul mouth. I speak like a sailor, cuss like a sailor, however you want to say it. I apologize if that's something that offends you. You can just don't come to the channel. I mean, nobody's forcing you to watch what we do. Nobody's asking you to watch what we do. We're just going to cover the build of the truck, and the first few videos are going to be kind of plain and boring. We will basically time-lapse what we're doing on the truck unless it is pertinent. If we're building the truck and putting stuff back together that we feel we want to share that's kind of cool or relevant, or some people might not grasp the actual way it's going together, we'll explain it to you. But as far as dismantling your truck, doing small upgrades that are already littered all over YouTube, we're not going to get real in depth on it. If you do watch a video that we skim through and you have a question, feel free. At the end of every video, we do have an email, and it is texasdragracer@yahoo.com. Reach out. Communicate with us. I will be the only person checking that email, and I will answer any questions you do ask, unless it pertains to the nitrous bottle that failed and my accident. I'm done with that. It's in the past. I'm trying to move forward, and I wish y'all would too. To be quite honest, I'm the one that suffered. Nobody else did. And thanks to people in the industry like Dave Vassar, the owner of Nitrous Outlet, who created the nitrous buyback program for bottles that have been in circulation that are out of date that nobody has any clue about. You know, he's offering you a discount to trade that bottle in and get you a new one. So you don't end up like me and become a fat one-legged man in a wheelchair. So, other than that, I think that pretty much covers the basis. It's just an introductory. Hi, I'm Blake. We hope y'all enjoy the videos, and we hope y'all follow us. And once we get the truck running, we do want to try to be as competitive as possible. Any items that are sponsored, we will mention the sponsors. If it's stuff that we purchased, which right now, to date, everything on the truck has been bought, excluding Nitro Dave did give us a steam port kit for the LS motor, and I'm reusing a couple of parts that were actually sponsored on the Camaro build that we were doing with RPM Magazine that pretty much got shit canned. And that's going to be from Speedwire. So our wiring kit, as far as the switch panel and stuff like that, came from Speedwire. And them guys over there are great. And we're going to purchase that part by putting it in the truck. So again, I'm going to show a brief video. We will voice over it. We'll mention some of the articles that were in RPM, show you a little bit of the stuff. And after that, we will start the dismantling of the truck. The dismantling video is going to be some pictures and time lapse of the truck coming apart. It's not going to be in depth, not a lot of talking, just a little bit of voiceover. After that, our frame upgrades will start, and we'll cover most of that stuff. But unless it's something pertinent, it's just going to be time lapse, to the point, bam, 5, 6, 8 minute videos. When we do start getting into in-depth videos, please remember, by all means, I'm not a professional. I didn't go to school for this shit. I picked this stuff up on my own, and what I learned, I was taught by other friends. And my way's not, stating it's the best way or the proper way. We're just sharing our build, and that's it. So if you want to mimic or follow the way we're doing it, by all means, more power to you. If you want to try to think that we're rewriting instructions and trying to say our way is the best way, not happening. So again, just an introductory, welcome to Bad Attitude C-10. Please like and subscribe, and if you need anything, TexasDragRacer@yahoo.com.
This is the first picture I took after getting out of the hospital that ended up in my first issue of Drag Illustrated. One-legged fat man, go figure. As seen in the picture, this is the bottle that took my left leg and injured my left wrist. DOT took this while I was in the hospital, and still to date, I've never received any type of conclusion to my case. Van Abernathy was the author of the first article about me in Drag Illustrated, which led me to meeting Will Mandel, also of Drag Illustrated, and Denise Destin of Limbs Across America. Limbs Across America worked with me in Tennessee to get me up and walking on a prosthetic limb, and after 3 days of that is when the hidradenitis suppurativa set in. That brought us to another issue of Drag Illustrated that covered the visit to Nashville and everything that transpired. And once the hidradenitis sidelined all the chances of me being able to walk again, I've been stuck in a wheelchair ever since. Scott Lucky Hudson, who used to write the Sportsman Spotlight articles for Drag Illustrated, was who authored the third article about me in Drag Illustrated, and he had some awful kind things to say about me. For those of you that don't recognize this guy, this is Dave Vassar, the owner of Nitrous Outlet, and one of my good friends that I really admire. This dude, quite frankly, was one of my heroes. He started a company out of a garage and a single car trailer, and he started the bottle buyback program to remove nitrous bottles off the street to prevent anybody else from ending up in a wheelchair like my fat ass. Now you can actually buy them, and they are trash cans on the website. Way to go, Dave. Chris and Trish over at RPM Magazine did help a lot in trying to bring awareness to what had happened to me and covered the build of my car that we were trying to get me back into drag racing with. But after being in several issues, over 25 to be exact, the build kind of came to a slow halt. Not only was my health getting worse and the hidradenitis causing a lot of issues, getting people to help and assist with the build was becoming an issue as well. That, coupled with not finding anybody that wanted to sponsor parts and complete the build of the car, just pretty much shit canned the whole deal. So that's what happened to it. So that brings us to the present and the future. That brings us to the Bad Attitude C-10 era. So, as posted above, the email address TexasDragRacer@yahoo.com. You can reach us there with any questions you may have. Just remember, nothing will be answered about the accident or the nitrous bottle. Please like and subscribe.